Y'all ain't heard from me for like 2 weeks. It's been about 2 weeks. I haven't really made a video. I ain't done nothing. I ain't said nothing about pro wrestling. Unfortunate news, before I start this video, we lost one of the ECW legends, Sabu. Sabu was 60 years old. That's young. That's very young. I don't know. I don't know if the man knew the Lord or not. So I don't know, but the man will forever be missed. He will not be forgotten. He will forever be missed. So I'm gonna get that out the way. Yeah, I've been busy. I've been working like a crazy person. But I'm just gonna 100% be 1000% with y'all. Pro wrestling as a whole, does not matter if it's AEW or WWE. It has been one of the biggest jokes ever. Pro wrestling has been a joke, and it doesn't even consider or consult me of coming on here actually talking about it, because that's just how bad it's been. It's been terrible. And I'm like, we just came off a pay-per-view. Backlash was I'm gonna be honest with you, it was a 6 at best. Decent wrestling, but really nothing. The build-up was trash. Pay-per-view or PLE was barely get by. Nothing. Nut the burger. I'm tired of these companies just relying on the merit of, hey, I got good wrestling, that's good. Nobody's actually putting forth effort anymore. Nobody. You can listen. First of all, look, y'all could have been, if y'all really wanted fools to actually be excited about Jeff Cobb coming through, I don't know, maybe you could have been putting hints out there that somebody was pulling up. They didn't do that. They didn't do nothing. You're assuming that everybody know who Jeff Cobb is. Everybody don't know who Jeff Cobb is. Nobody. I know who he is, but a lot of people really don't know who Jeff Cobb is. So I'm like, what are we doing? Anyway, we opened up the show. Fatal 4-way, and this was one of the most convoluted Fatal 4-ways I've ever seen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so multi-person matched out. I really am. To me, it's when you really don't know or having a desire to have a decent #1 contender for your said title. So you just throw everybody and their mama together. That just shut a game work. And it's sad. It's very sad, ladies and gentlemen. That matchup was all over the place. I mean, you got Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, and the champion himself, Jacob Fatu. The match, I'm telling you, it was all over. I'm like, what am I watching? Like, I tried, but I'm looking at this. I'm like, man, what is this? It's just a convoluted, buffoonerish, phony match. I'm like, what am I watching? And then Solo come out of nowhere, and then that's when Jeff Cobb came out of nowhere, and LA Knight looking up at the lights. Shout out to that boy BC Amplified. I'm like, okay, great. Jeff Cobb's in the E. Triple H, I'll tell you this, you got to WrestleMania to give me to give a dang about Jeff Cobb. I'll give you that. Listen, I tell y'all all the time, you can bring in so many different people. You got to next year to get me to give a goddamn crap about them. I'm serious. I'm not finna sit up here and be like, yay, no, that's the problem. Cats are coming through, but I'm like, okay, they coming through. For what though? Why? Why should I give a dang about Jeff Cobb being on your product? Why? You see what I'm saying? Next. Honestly, I think this was the best match on the show right here. Even though the build-up was, I mean, you already know she was politicking herself to get into that position anyway. But Becky and Lyra was actually my match of the night. I'm serious. I'm that serious. Now, there was a couple of botches that happened, and unfortunately, I pray to God her nose is not broken, because if it is, Becky needs to be careful. But her and Lyra killed it. From what I watched, to me, honestly, this was the best match on the show. I'm serious. Lyra and Becky, even though the storyline is stupid as possible, best match on the whole show. Real talk. The honest to God best match on the whole show. Lyra and Becky. came to work, showed the heck up. Like I said, outside the box that happened because she was grabbing her nose a lot. Like I said, I pray to God it ain't broken or nothing like that. But yeah, outside of that, and Becky actually did the job. She actually put her over. She didn't come in. I mean, she politicked her way into the matchup. We all know that, but she did business. She did business, so I give Becky that. She put her over, so I give her that. She put her over. So kudos to Becky, kudos to Lyra. Best match on the whole show. Next, Penta and Dirty Dom. You know, man, oh boy, I hate to do this to my boy. I really do, but man, Penta just feels like another generic guy, and it's sad, man. He don't feel like Penta old, man. He does not. He just coming there just doing jobs and looking like a joke. And obviously we know that Dirty Dom wasn't losing. I know that, but I'm watching it. I'm like, man, he don't feel like himself. He just doesn't. He feel like he just coming there doing pedo, seto, and you know. And then Chad Gable, old cosplay himself, keeps screwing things up. That's basically how the match went. Yeah, you had Judgment Joke out there, but they got caught. They was cheating their behinds off, but Chad Gable with the little cosplaying luchador that he's doing came out and screwed him over again because he got this stupid stone in his mask and he headbutted him, and that's how Dirty Dom retained his championship. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Then this matchup, the so-called marquee matchup, Pat McAfee versus Algon Gunther. Pat tried to make himself look decent. He tried, but you already know what was gonna happen. Gunther choked him out. And then mutual respect. Gunther actually did mutual respect. I'm like, what are we doing? That you do that off camera. We got to stay kayfabe. What are you doing? He did the mutual respect. I respect you. You hanged in there with me. And Michael Cole clowning on commentary, trying his best to be, you know, because that's his guy. The reason why he's fighting is on his behalf. So, you know, Michael Cole had to go extra hard in the paint on this one, you know. But I'm like, it was a mutual respect ending. I'm like, Gunther retains. I mean, Gunther wins. It is what it is. And the basically marquee matchup of the whole show. Why this show was created. It was created. We're in Randy Orton's backyard. This is where Randy Orton, John Cena, one final time. I would have been fine if we didn't have 50 million dumb type finishes to this. The overbooking to this kind of threw me off. Like, I wanted to see the match. I really did, because this is John and Randy Orton. This is it. This is one more time. This is it. But just the over stupidity of the refs getting laid out. Then you get all the security fools. Nick, listen, if I make all this, man, I done had enough getting RKO'd by Randy Orton. It's just tiresome. I'm getting tired of this fool RKO'ing me every chance he gets. Like, what the heck did I do to you? Real talk. And then we had the nerve. Our truth old buck dancing behind came out there. John Cena retains because of our truth. Because after that, he low blowed the man, and then the other ref, because like I said, man, it was just too much overbooking with this. I would have been fine with the, first ref, but the overbooking and all the other extra nonsense that just didn't make any type of sense. I'm like, man, I would have been, like I said, I would have been fine with the first part, but the fact that he had to do all this other extra bull job just took me out. I was like, I'm good, man. John retains. I'm like, okay, great. Next, he said, I'm looking for some real competition. So, and then CM Punk tried to come out there and do a little something. I'm like, man, So I don't know, but pretty soon CM Punk and John will tangle up, but I don't know when that's going to be. But yeah, I was pretty much doggone Backlash. And then afterwards at the doggone press conference, John Cena's talking. R-Truth come out there and talk about he say some coon crap, some bug dancing nonsense. And then he told him, Ron, if you say one more thing, and then he said, well, they said that you ain't a real champion or some stupid stuff. And then he tries to F5 him through the F5. He tries to attitude adjust him through the doggone table. And it just, you know, I'm done, dog. I really am. And like I said, man, this was one, like I said, for the longest time, y'all know me. I come on here, I try to be authentic, I try to be honest. And these last 2 weeks, pro wrestling for me, it's just been trash. Like you ain't even heard me mention anything about AEW. That's how you know. You know if I ain't talking about AEW, then you know. That's all I'm gonna say. Like I said, the only thing I'm looking forward to going into Double or Nothing is the doggone Owen Hart Cup tournament matches. Like that's what I'm looking forward to. I want to see what's finna pop off. Who's going to All In? That's basically what those two matches for. And this whole thing with MJF and the Hurt Syndicate, I'm like, I would be on board with it if MJF was going up for the world title. You know, I would be on board with it like crazy. You know, I really would. But right now, like, I don't know. Bobby said he gonna give him his answer next week. Whatever. Like I say, I'm praying to God Jamie gets the dub at doggone Double or Nothing. Because apparently Mercedes actually lost one of her independent championships. I think she lost the New Japan Strong Championship. So the downfall is beginning, which is great news. That's great. Fool's been crying about Mercedes run anyway. I'm like, okay, she don't need all these championships. Good. Start losing them. Fantastic. That's great. I don't know who the young lady she lost it to, but congratulations to her. Yeah. So that's my honest thoughts on doggone Backlash. It was a back joke. That's basically what it was. Match of the night, Becky and Lyra for the IC championship, female IC championship. To me, that was the best match on the whole show. Everything else was just there. Everything. The fellas, they were just, we're just gonna do what they're going to do. It is what it is, you know. Y'all already know what to do. This is your main man, KC for L, King Self for Life, Wrestling Takes. If you're new to this channel and you thinking about, you know, checking out somebody that's brand new, you ain't never heard me before, or you've been familiar with my work, but you just ain't heard me in a while, hey, come on and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button and leave a comment on what you thought about the show. Like I said, maybe you thought everything Triple H did was off the chain, and maybe you think I'm tripping, or you in 100% agreement with me and you said, man, the show was trash. And like I said, the best thing on the show was Becky and Lyra, like real talk. And then, like I said, yeah, everybody be always talking about how they don't never have no black folk on the show. Triple H said, haha, I'm gonna put the biggest buck dancer I got on the show, so you fools can say didn't have nobody black on the pay-per-view. Triple H, this is how you move, ladies and gentlemen. What else do I have to tell? I mean, he got white dudes cosplaying as Hispanics. That's all you need to know, ladies and gentlemen. That's all you need to know. I ain't got nothing else to say. Hit the comment section up. I'll talk to y'all cats later. This your main man, KC, King Self for Life, Wrestling Takes. I'm out. Holla at your boy.